My prior experience with Z-Man has been, I tell you that the first time I used their products was in saltwater. I used to fish the redfish circuit. When FLW had the redfish, I fished it with my father-in-law, and I did that for 3 years. And I'd fished redfish before that as well. And that little swimmer minnow, that little 3-inch minnow, that thing, I caught so many redfish. I mean, it'd catch anything. It'd catch trout, it'd catch snook, and it'd catch redfish. And I mean, you could do anything with it. I'd put a safety pin spinner on it, make it a spinner bait out of it, or just fish it on its own with a jig head. It was just such a versatile bait, and I'd had so much success there that, of course, my first thing was, let's try it on some bass, and it had the same results. I mean, it worked great. It was one of my favorite schooling baits. Like, you just put it on a jig head, open hook, cast it into some schooling fish, and just reel it back. It's so simple to work. I mean, most of the time it's all about top waters, walking the dog, and something like that. But on this thing here, cast a long ways. You know, you can put as heavy as a head in it as you want, cast a long ways. And if you get into the white bass or something like that, they don't tear it up. You can't hurt this stuff. The only fish I've found that can hurt this Elaztech is a blowfish. The little puffer fish you catch down saltwater, they will nip little chunks of it, but that's the only fish that I have found that have affected that. So that was my first experience with it, and so from there it led me to look into what else have they got, what other things I can use of theirs. And so now, you know, the frog there is always cool. And then when they came up with the chatterbait, when Z-Man when they first heard about the chatterbait, you know, that was the deal. I mean, you got to have a chatterbait. I was like, what is a chatterbait? And once I seen one, I was like, I don't see how it doesn't just stay hung up all the time. But, you know, even without a weed guard on it, it's an open hook design that comes right through the grass. It's pretty amazing. But, you know, when you think about it, we've been fishing rattle traps through grass for a lot of years, and there's no weed guards on those things. You just rip it and it comes right up through, and same results with the chatterbait. It just comes right through, and it's just a dynamite bait. It catches them suspended fish around docks. It's perfect for that, not only just in the grass. I mean, I love fishing those. Go through a marina with a chatterbait, a white one with a little white twin tail on the back of it, and it's reeled around. It's perfect. I mean, it's a spot getter. Now it'll eliminate some spots out from under a marina right there. Z-Man, the science and art of fishing.